It feels like for the last few months, Mr. Beast just has not been able to get a break. After all the expose videos on him, lawsuits happening, and comments on his videos being scrubbed, this situation just feels like the most out of touch and self-inserting situation he's ever put himself in. After all the expose videos on him, lawsuits happening, and comments on his videos being scrubbed, this situation just feels like the most out of touch and self-inserting thing he's ever put himself in. I am late to the situation by almost a week. I've just been so busy with work and haven't had time to talk about this. But that doesn't really matter because like clockwork, more and more things just keep happening with this situation, which is honestly kind of funny. Even though I'm late, it's still relevant with new things to talk about. Of course, I'm talking about the Lunchley situation with Logan Paul, KSI, and Mr. Beast. And just before we do get into it, I have to say, I found it honestly so hilarious that during the launch and making of the promotional materials, Jimmy just does not seem to care. After everything that's happened these last few months, he's just done with everything and he genuinely seems like he does not want to be here at all. And the question I just can't really answer is why he would even willingly involve himself with these people. Logan Paul and KSI, of course, are the creators of Prime Energy. Prime is an energy drink that on launch seemingly 12-year-olds could not find in stores anywhere and was even being scalped for a while. Meanwhile, in present day, I see them on clearance at my local superstore all the time. I honestly thought the company was dying. At my local Costco, they were giving samples of it to try and move stock since no one was buying them otherwise. And at Walmart and Superstore, they were both less than $1 each. Seems like people do enjoy the drink at least. I know at least one person who actually drinks it. But hey, I know it's popular with the kids, so maybe I'm just out of touch. So Mr. Beast collabed with Logan Paul and KSI to have his chocolate bar inside these kids meal that the group is launching called Lunchley. The issue is literally everyone involved just has so much negative rep around them and it's just orbiting around Mr. Beast. Logan Paul is too busy bullying people with lawsuits over people exposing scams he himself has launched and created. KSI is just like me, milking the situation for what it's worth. And honestly, big ups for KSI. Shout out to him and Logan Paul for milking the situation for what it's worth, keeping it alive and relevant. With them reacting to each other, reacting to the reaction of Dan TDM and Twitter calling out his Lunchables ripoff. Because if it wasn't for their reaction to said reaction, I wouldn't be able to make this video and have it not be topical again. But going back to why everyone is so upset in the first place, well, it's honestly just a ripoff. Look, there can be ripoffs. There can be ripoffs of many different things. It happens all the time, but usually those ripoffs are a little bit more cheaper or better than the alternative. Mr. Beast, Logan, and KSI made a video of them trying out Lunchables compared to Lunchley, which is honestly just embarrassing. They try out Lunchables and spit it out without even trying to make it look like a fair comparison. It doesn't even look like they tasted the food at all. They just immediately put it in their mouth, then spat it out.
Lunchley versus Lunchable. If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
And when they try their own brand, they circle jerk it like it's the next best thing on earth and it's something that everyone should try. Listen, I get wanting to do some fun videos and poke fun at Lunchables, but this isn't even a fair comparison. It's point blank being biased. One is artificially processed ham with quote-unquote cheese. It's just plastic. And the other is artificially processed ham with quote-unquote cheese. Again, just plastic, but Mr. Beast. Whoever's running the PR for their Twitter needs to be paid overtime because out of, I kid you not, 800 replies, yes, you heard that right, 800, only one reply is not hidden, and all the actual replies are just ghosted out so that anything negative is immediately hidden. It's just one single reply. Everything else is hidden. So now that this meal is actually in store and more people are buying it to try out, the verdict is it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. The only different part is just Prime instead of Capri Sun and Feastables instead of whatever candy Lunchables puts in it nowadays. At this point, they are the exact same meal and tasting it really is just only a preference thing. Genuinely, I have to ask why Mr. Beast even decided to involve himself in this with everything leading up to this, the launch, his reputation, and all the expose videos made on him. And that's not even given the reputation that both Logan Paul and KSI both have. He's just involving himself in yet another controversy for the sake of pushing out more of his chocolate, which really sucks because the vision of this is really honestly not that bad. He just wanted to create a meal that's healthier than Lunchables. And to be fair, they did find a way to make a meal that has turkey 80 calories less than what Lunchables has. But then their efforts to make such a healthy meal is then just nullified because of their Prime and chocolate thing. So you have one healthier meal, but all the kids are just gonna eat the chocolate anyways, so what's the point? In the process of writing this, I went to go see if they had any Lunchley near me just to try, and look, I can spare $4. It's not the end of the world. But if I saw the exact same meal can be had for $2 less, I'd rather just go with Lunchables at that point. This entire thing can be summed up pretty easily. It's just slop meant to be peddled to kids. And it could be a lot worse, but purposely making your competitor look like garbage compared to yourself. And then making all this effort to reduce the fat and calories in one meal just to shove Prime and chocolate in it anyways defeats the purpose in my opinion. And not to mention it's over twice the cost of just regular Lunchable meals, at least where I live. Maybe if how Prime was an indication that give it time for the hype to die, it'll go on clearance just like Prime did, maybe then it will be worth it. But for now, it's just another YouTuber merch that doesn't seem all that worth it for what you're getting. And that's kind of the point. You're paying the YouTuber fee. It's over half of the price, but hey, you're paying the YouTuber fee. That's what you get. It's honestly really just a shame that Jimmy would get involved with people like Logan Paul, who scams their fan base with crypto schemes and then bullies people who talk about it with lawsuits. All this does really is just fuel his pockets more and more, and the Mr. Beast kids are gonna eat it up. And it's honestly really just a shame. Anyways, thank you all for the support on the channel lately. My first video just broke 100,000 views, and if you made it this far and aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. But yeah, thank you all for the support on the channel lately. My first video just broke 100k views. I have a Logan Paul iceberg video that I want to make in the near future, covering all his crypto scams and generally all the bad things Logan has done in the past. So if this is something you want to see, make sure to follow, and until next time, see ya.